Hello, YouTube community. It's Robert S., and welcome back to Robscure Music, where I hope to introduce you or reacquaint you with lesser-known artists and or albums that are out there in the musical universe. So today, I'm excited to highlight one of my favorite bands from the turn of the century. And I mean this century, from 2020 to the present. And I know, a lot of people feel like today's music stinks, basically, is what they're saying. And, I feel like that there's always been instances when people said music stinks. There's always music people don't like. Some people don't like the disco music when that was popular. Some people don't like the newer country artists, or they don't like jazz, or they don't like opera. There's always some sort of genre of music that somebody doesn't like, and they say it stinks. Well, I'm here to tell you that there is still good music out there. There's great music out there. It's a little harder to find, but it doesn't stink. As a matter of fact, you don't need to cover your nose, and I'd like to open your eyes, and I'd ask you to open your ears to one of the best new groups that is out there, in my opinion, the Midnight Callers. And this is their debut album, Red Letter Glow. And what a fantastic album this is. We've got 11 tracks, first 10, written by the Midnight Callers. And this is essentially a return to good old-fashioned rock and roll, high energy, power pop music, and it's incredible. It's very enjoyable. It's an album that was released on Gem Records. You'll see that there in the corner. So we've got the band members here on the back. Let me tell you a little bit about the band. It's 4 members, and it's Julian Bedrino on drums and vocals, Chris Payne, rhythm guitar and vocals, Martin Stubbs, lead guitar and vocals, and forgive me if I mispronounce this, Molly Myrianthopoulos on bass and vocals. And again, the songs were all written by the Midnight Callers, released by Gem Records. So the band actually thanks Marty Scott, president of Gem Records. Kurt Rio from the Gripweeds actually helped produce and engineer this album. So they give thanks to him. And I'll show it to you here if I can. They also give thanks to our friends, if you look down here, Stephen Schnee and Matthew Street. And yes, you may have heard both Stephen and Matthew talking about this band. Stephen actually did an interview with Chris Payne of the Midnight Callers. So please go check those out. And they're basically from this Northeast region, New York, New England states, Massachusetts, and so on. And they basically got their name from a Badfinger song called Midnight Caller. And one day, I don't remember who it was, it may have been Chris, who heard the song and thought, gee, that might be a good name for the band. And all the band members agreed. And, again, it's the type of music they were listening to. It's the type of music they enjoy. It's the type of music we enjoy. So they play it, take a listen, and I'm sure you'll enjoy it. Let me go through some of these tracks that are on this album. And as I do with my videos, I'm going to be playing some of each of these songs. So you'll get to hear and judge for yourself just how good you think they are. And no, I don't expect you to judge whether you like it or not. I expect you to like it anyway. It's that good. So the first song on here is 41 Miles to Roscoe. And this is a powerful guitar-driven song. It was voted in the top 10 best songs of 2020 by the Underground Garage satellite show that was started by Steven Van Zandt. And it's definitely worthy of that praise. It's high energy, like I said, and it really sets the tone for the rest of the album. Second song is called Down on Luck, and this is another, sort of headbanging, power pop, almost punk-like song. In fact, it's a little bit like the Ramones or the Buzzcocks, and absolute fantastic song. Then we get to song number 3, Return the Favor, and as much as I love 41 Miles to Roscoe, Return the Favor may very well be my favorite song on this album. And this just has a rollicking groove. It's I love to sing along to this song. And in fact, I keep this CD in my car, and it's on constant rotation. Just absolutely love it. And Return the Favor is just such a kick-ass song. Sorry for the swearing, but it's fantastic. Next is I Need You. And this is another guitar-driven sort of rocking song. This is a song that during the interview, I think that Steven did with Chris Payne, Chris had said that this was the song where the band sort of gelled, and they said, this is it. This is the type of music. This is where they sort of found their groove, if you will. And it's a great song. Then you've got, after that, River Rise continues the high energy, great, fantastic return to rock. State of Me. State of Me is has fantastic harmonies by the band, and again, when I mentioned the vocals, they're all on vocals. Absolutely fantastic harmonies on State of Me. Hipster Girl. This sounds a bit, to me anyway, it sounds a bit like a Cheap Trick song. Again, getting back to that good old rock and roll that we know and love. So kudos, guys, kudos. And I'm not sure if they would agree with me on the Cheap Trick comparison, but so be it. Next one, The Lights Are On. Another fantastic song. And honestly, this almost sounds like it could have been written for any number of the arena rock bands of the early 80s. It's just absolutely fantastic. And you've got Not Tonight, and then the last original track on here, Do We Need It? And Do We Need It is, again, a fantastic song. A little bit slower. It might be the closest thing to a ballad on this album, but again, truly wonderful, truly, truly amazing. So the last song is a cover of the Bill Withers song, Use Me. And I think some of you are familiar with that song, one of Bill Withers' hits, maybe his most popular song, actually. But the Midnight Callers have taken this song, they've given it their sort of high energy, power pop stamp. They've reinvented this classic song and made it their own. It's an absolutely fantastic way for them to finish up this album. I love this album from start to finish. There's not a song I would skip on this album. So do yourself a favor and take a listen. As a matter of fact, why don't we all take a listen right now? And I'll see you on the other side.
I got 41 miles to run. the flavor. Alright, one night. Don't you wanna stop and give it all right back to me? feels it's good getting used. You just keep on using me till you use me up.
So that's it. Red Letter Glow. If you've enjoyed it, or if you know somebody who you think would enjoy it, remember, the holidays are coming up. It makes an excellent gift. So buy it for yourself or buy it for someone you love. Anyway, you can check out the band, and you can get this, by the way, on Amazon. You can check them out on Gem Records website. They've got their own website at midnightcallers.com. So take a look at that. In fact, when you go to that site, you'll also discover some other music in addition to this. Gem Records has put out a number of tribute albums. There was one to John Lennon, another one to Brian Wilson, and more recently they did a tribute album for Pete Townsend of The Who. And Gem Records artists play on these tribute albums, and the Midnight Callers are playing on it. So if you go to the site, you'll have the opportunity to hear songs that they've covered, like the Beatles song "It Won't Be Long." They also do a little bit of what was supposed to be the Beatles song "Child of Nature," which eventually became John Lennon's song "Jealous Guy," and they covered "Jealous Guy" on that tribute album. For the Brian Wilson Beach Boys, they select the tune "Do It Again," and the Pete Townsend song they do is "Let My Love Open the Door." And again, it's rollicking songs in the Midnight Callers style, so very enjoyable. So please go check them out. And as a matter of fact, if you'd like to see them live, they do have a couple area appearances here in the Northeast. Let me just double check what I've got. On November 5th, they'll be at the Twin River Casino in Lincoln, Rhode Island. On November 11th, they'll be at Bar Frida in Ridgewood, New York. And on November 16th, they'll be at the Wayland in New York City. I believe that's on the Lower East Side. But anyway, even more exciting than that is that I understand their new album is going to be coming out in early 2023. I, for one, can't wait for this. I'm buying it as soon as it comes out. And I hope you join me. Get this and get their next album. You won't be sorry. So that's it. I hope you enjoyed this video. Stay well, friends, and remember, if the music strikes a chord, let it play.